Hey, it's Martha here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. To those of you who are subscribed, welcome back. And those of you who are first timers, welcome as well. And please do subscribe so we become a family. There's more where this is coming from. So in today's video, we are cooking. So what we are cooking today is, I don't know what you're going to call it, but it's mostly an African snack. And where I come from, which is Malawi, we call it Mandasi. In where my husband comes from, which is Zimbabwe, they call them Vetkeoks. And Nigerians call them puffs. Different country calls them different things. But I've had loads of people who have tasted the ones I make. They ask me how I make them. And today, I'm going to show you how we make them. I hope you try it and I believe you're going to like them. So before we start cooking, please do like, comment, share and subscribe if you haven't. And if you try this recipe, please comment and let me know how you find them. So I'll start by showing you the ingredients that we'll need as listed: self-raising flour, sugar, salt, milk, eggs, butter, oil for deep frying. Then we start mixing. Margarine, I make sure I melt it in the microwave for easy mixing. So we put our milk and then we put our sugar. So you put enough sugar for the way you like it. So the more sugar you put, the tastier they are. They are a healthy snack. So if you put plenty of sugar, they're going to be really sweet. When it comes to salt, a tiny pinch of salt. You really don't want to taste the salt. So it's really just a pinch. And then you put your margarine, you mix everything. With the eggs, like I said, you put plenty of eggs. In these ones, I used, I think, about 14 eggs. So you literally put plenty of eggs. The more eggs, the softer. So put plenty of eggs. It makes them really taste like cake when you put more eggs. So I'm mixing. You will notice that I don't do measurements, obviously because I've been doing this for a long time. So I don't do measurements. I'm just aiming for a certain consistency. So I'll just keep adding flour because there's lots of eggs and milk. I'm aiming for a certain consistency. So all I'll do is just keep adding flour and mixing, adding the flour and mixing until I reach the consistency that I want. I keep adding flour and keep beating and mixing just to make sure that I get rid of all the lumps. So until I get the consistency, I keep mixing and adding the flour and mixing and adding the flour again. So whilst I'm doing my mixing, I'm making sure my oil is heating up, ready for my Vetkeoks. Then here you see this round spoon. It's plastic. I normally use this one instead of molding with my hands. So I've done the consistency that it's going to need a spoon, not my hands. And I soak it in oil so that they don't stick to the spoon. So I keep dipping, taking the amount that I need. One thing is, don't make it too big so that it gets cooked properly inside, because if it's too thick, it's gonna brown outside and not get properly cooked inside. So make sure you're taking a certain amount that is good enough so that it doesn't easily burn, but at the same time it cooks well inside. You will also notice that whenever I put them, I pick the dough in the spoon. I make sure I make sure it settles on the spoon properly before, just so that it doesn't drip around the pan or into the pan, because then there's going to be lots of drips, and because I don't like that, I normally make them in a way that they'll just sit on the pan nicely. And then you keep turning them, making sure they are not just browning one side. So you turn them once and then you turn them again until they reach the desired color, the brown. Don't let them burn. Some people use a fork to take them out. I normally use this barbecue thing to just so that I'm not picking up with the oil. And you will notice that in my bowl that I'm using, I've put kitchen towel because it absorbs the oil. Because obviously when you're taking them out, they come out with oil. So I put that kitchen towel so that it absorbs all the oil off them, and then they're not as oily. So one joke that we normally joke with my daughter, she sees me touching them like you've seen with the hot oil. Whenever I'm touching them, she looks at me touching something that is hot. I normally joke and say, you can take a girl out of Africa, but you cannot take Africa out of a girl. So this is the end result. As you can see, some people add powdered sugar to taste, but that's just making it more unhealthy. But otherwise, this is a nice snack that you can have with your tea. So please do try it and let me know if it comes out the way you hoped it would. So we've come to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Once again, those of you, there's more of you that are watching and are not subscribed. Please do subscribe so that we become a family. Take care and God bless, and see you in the next video.